Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Hoppicht. I'm one of the pastors here at Davis Community Church. My job is very simple. I'm going to give some housekeeping instructions. Bathrooms are down there to the right, and there's water right around the corner if you need that. I'm going to turn it over now to the mayor of the city of Davis, Rob Davis.
This press conference will be a series of speakers. You have the list of names. They'll introduce themselves. And we will not be taking questions from here. There are some members who speak who will be making themselves available outside afterward, but we will not be taking questions in this space. So, thank you. I think, we know that we live in brittle times. I think, we wake up each morning wondering what's the next thing that's going to show us the shattering of our social relationships. We see it so much, we experience that shattering so much, the brittleness, that we wonder at times if we can ever find healing. In fact, I'm pretty sure that some of us wonder if healing is even possible. Today, we're going to hear an apology. You're here because there is an apology being offered. But this is not about today. This is about a long journey within our city to make today possible. This is about people telling truth to the imam about the impact of his words. Those people are from the Islamic community, and those people are from the Jewish community. And the only reason they could do that is because of the work and the groundwork that others have laid. They're not extraordinary people. They're not extraordinary in what they did. Although I will acknowledge there are some very extraordinary people here. And I'm looking right at you, Seth Castleman. This is the groundwork that's been laid in our community over a decade. The celebration of Abraham brought people together in a moment of great brokenness in our city. More recently, the outreach of the Jewish community to the Islamic community when the hate incidents were done at the mosque. That's the groundwork. It's a groundwork of human relationships. It's a groundwork that stands against the shattering. That's why we can be here today to hear an apology. The question is going to be, is it enough? Is it enough? And the answer must surely be no. It is not enough. The hurts are deep. Words were spoken that are harmful and hurtful. One statement cannot be enough. However, it cannot be enough also because we live in a storm. We are living in the moment of the great shattering of our society. Everything outside is telling us that brokenness is the way forward. And so we're standing here against that brokenness. But it's a storm. It's a shattering. And we have the responsibility of day to day picking up those pieces and putting them together to repair the breaches in the walls. We can only continue the work that's been done over the past decade in this community. But when I say it's not enough, I want to be clear. It doesn't have to be enough. It doesn't have to be enough because it is the beginning. It is a step in the process of healing. If we are to have a restored community, then we will go from this place where an initial acknowledgement of harms happens to walk forward to discuss and decide together how we, as a Davis community, will make the harms right. And I believe that they will be made right in time. I look forward to the comments of others, and I look forward to a process whereby we can take the harms and rejoice together because we found a way to make those harms right. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Don Saylor. I'm a Yolo County supervisor. Within the district that I represent to serve Yolo County resides Bet Havrim, a wonderful congregation, a beautiful community. Also within that same district is the Davis Islamic Center, a wonderful place for people to come together from all around the world to meet and to worship and in many cases to get to know what this community is all about. A few days ago, like most of you, my heart was broken. Ugly words were spoken in our community, and it hurt us. Today, we are demonstrating what can happen when people have built a relationship that's based on sincere quest for understanding and for connection. That's happened in this community. This doesn't happen everywhere something like this takes place. In many places, we could be in the streets, we could be protesting, we could be fighting. But the people here choose a different course. I'm so proud of our community today as we recommit to understanding, awareness, and continuing to build the bonds that form the fabric of this community. Thank you all for being here.
I'm the Reverend Elizabeth Banks, Senior Minister of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Davis. This is an extraordinary time in our nation's history. It's a time when there are looming threats to so many groups in our country. And we must do better than the language that we hear coming from the highest office in our country. Just as I received Seth's invitation, his plea to come here this morning, I was reading these words in The Guardian that said, "Hatred is the gateway to discrimination. Harassment is the pathway to violence. And hate speech is the foundation for harmful acts against each other." We all have the capacity to speak against others and to make them less than human, but we are called to be human beings together, to seek understanding and not act from fear or anger. And we are called to take hatred and fear and transform them into compassion and something that is more beautiful. Sometimes out of our most painful moments, that is when we are given the opportunity to cross a bridge to beauty and strength.
Good morning. I'm Samira Ali, and I'm Secretary of the Council of Sacramento Valley Islamic Organizations. So COSVO has actually put out a statement, but I'm only going to be reading a portion of it, so it will be emailed out and it will be available for everyone to read online. So Assalamu alaikum. I start with the Muslim greeting, which roughly translates into peace. We are deeply troubled and feel the pain of the Jewish community. On behalf of the Sacramento area mosques and Islamic organizations, we wish to state unequivocally that the Islamic faith does not condone any harming of an innocent person, regardless of their faith. The city of Davis and the broader Sacramento communities have enjoyed a long and proud tradition of interfaith dialogue and mutual love and respect for people of all faith traditions. The Sacramento Valley Muslim community commits to doing its part to maintain the strong bonds of friendship with our Jewish brothers and sisters, as well as all members of other faiths. Thank you.
Bruce Palmer, Chair of the Jewish Community Relations Council. When I think back to a day or so ago, when I first heard the remarks, I was so angry. I was furious. But through the process of the last several hours and days, as I worked with the Muslim community to bring about this event, the process of dealing with a problem, coming together, has created a great deal of hope in my mind and made me realize that we have the foundation to keep working together, that we have a great relationship over time, and we can keep that relationship together. And it is so important now that we be together because of the forces we face. We're allies most of the time. And when we got done preparing for this event, we were allies again. So I look forward to continuing that relationship, keeping it going. It's so important that we talk among ourselves, that we never get isolated, that we keep that flow of information and dialogue going, because that's the only way we're going to hold the social fabric together in this difficult time of conflict and turmoil. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Omarosa Venn. I'm the president of the Islamic Center of Davis. And I speak on behalf of our entire community when I say we are fortunate to have a Jewish community here who has always stood by us, never failed to stand by us at times of need. And we only want to see that relationship grow. At the Islamic Center of Davis, I want to reiterate that we stand against all forms of hate, bigotry, and anti-Semitism. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the venue owners for allowing us to be here and the help of Bruce Palmer and Seth Castleman to prepare this event. Thank you.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, I'd like to start by this. I have spent my entire time in religious service helping Muslims, especially young Muslims, have a healthy understanding of their faith, a healthy understanding of Islam that is free of extremism and hate. Our Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, was a man who always acted out of wisdom, humility, compassion, and fairness to everyone he encountered. I believe we all need to speak and act with wisdom, compassion, and a sense of fairness with everyone, whether we agree with them or not. Recently in my sermons, I let my emotions get the best of me and cloud my better judgment. I said things that were hurtful to Jews. This was unacceptable. To the Jewish community here in Davis and beyond, I say this deeply. I am deeply sorry for the pain I have caused. The last thing that I would do is intentionally hurt anyone, Muslim, Jewish, or otherwise. It's not in my heart. Never it was, nor does my religion allow it. I do understand now how words were hurtful, and I'm sorry. I understand that speech like this can encourage others to do hateful and violent act. For this, I truly apologize. Words does matter and have consequences. Over the past few days, I have had the opportunity to discuss the content of my sermon with several individuals inside the Muslim community and outside of the Muslim community, and have come to realize the level of harm it has caused. Indeed, commitment to defending religious right in Jerusalem should not cause division or fan the flame of anti-Semitism. Today, I'm out here today thanking everyone, and I commit to working hard and will join effort for mutual understanding and building bridges. As a young religious leader, this has humbled me. I hope to grow and develop as a more worthy leader in the community and seek your support in navigating the better path toward understanding and healing. As American Muslims and Jewish communities have made remarkable progress in recent years, working together to address civil rights and social justice, I look forward to increasing my interfaith activity to create a deeper understanding and mutual respect for the purpose of working to stop hate speech and violence. Thank you very much.
My name is Rabbi Seth Castleman from here in Davis, California. Sheikh Shaheen. I deeply appreciate and accept your words of apology. Thank you. And as you know as well as I, apologies are only as worthy as the actions that follow. So I call upon you, I implore you, to follow those words with actions as you spoke of. That your sermons, your teachings, your guidance as a spiritual leader, your actions in the world live up to the words that you have spoken. And I know that the Muslim community, the Jewish community, the Davis community and beyond will be looking for that and demanding that. And nothing less than that will satisfy the community that you serve and I serve. Mayor Rob Davis began our press conference this morning by talking about the shattered nature of the world. In Judaism, there is a mystical understanding that the world was created in shatteredness. That when God created the world, there was a vessel of materiality, of earth. And when infusing it with life, breathing the fire of God into it, materiality and spirituality, when they met in pure forms, it exploded. And so the world we have today is in fact broken, as Mayor Davis spoke of. And in Judaism we say it is made up of broken shards of the earth and hidden sparks of divinity. To heal the world, to me, means putting those broken pieces back together and finding those hidden sparks. For 4 hours yesterday, in a cozy room in the mosque not far from here, a group of 7 or 8 of us met and worked and hashed things out and talked and understood each other more and found that we agreed far more than we disagreed. That was putting the broken pieces back together, and also there were holy sparks that came out there as well as we shared theological and spiritual teachings. I hope this will continue. The healing in the world, the healing here in Davis, I hope they both will continue. My first words were to Sheikh Shaheen. My last words are to my friend Amar. I count you as a colleague. I hope that you can live up to being amongst your colleagues here as one of many clergy here in Davis. We are here to support you, to guide you, and to take your guidance. With that, our press conference will be closing. We won't be taking questions, but some of us will be available for interview afterwards. Thank you for being here. Can we stay for one more minute for a photograph? If people can gather back in.
We're going to take a group picture.
Imam? Just leave it right here, baby.
Yeah. Okay.